Welcome to SAP Customer Self-Service videos. In this series, we'll be talking about the Procurement Operation Desks for Purchase Requisitions. So this will be a 5-video series. We'll go through about discussing how to set up your workspace and the rules in Procurement Desk. We'll discuss how to create and manage a new queue. We'll then talk about setting up a service level agreement. We'll then show you how to configure new sub-statuses and denial reasons for the requisitions coming in. And lastly, we'll talk about how to set up the approval rule to dictate which purchase requisitions will flow through to Procurement Operation Desk. So in video 1, we set up the workspace and we created some new rules. In video 2, we'll be talking about how to create a new queue and assign it to team members. From the dashboard, we're going to go straight to the Procurement Operation Desk tab here, and this will take us straight to the system settings. So from there, in this video, we're going to explain how to actually manage and create a new queue. So from the settings screen, you should see a Manage Queues button there. We'll go straight into that, and this should be your queue management screen. Because we don't have any queues here, we are only going to get an option to create a new queue. So let's just go ahead and create a new queue. So the first thing you want to do is you want to actually define the document. So in this scenario, because we only enabled the requisition document to be part of Procurement Operation Desk, it's the only one that's going to show up. So we're going to go ahead and select that. For your name and description, just make sure you put in a relevant name and description. That way, when you've got multiple queues, it just allows you to quickly understand what each queue does. The queue manager is the person who is responsible for this queue and just the person who manages it. So just assign it to yourself in this scenario, for an example. And then you've got the priority. So the priority pretty much dictates when a queue is going to be executed. So if you've got overlapping queues based on the rules, this will dictate which one is triggered first. So 1 is being the highest priority and 10 being the lowest. So we're going to assign it a priority 1. And then the next thing is the actual rules conditions here. So if I were to leave the rules empty, this queue would act as a catch-all. So all incoming requisitions that don't meet the requirements of any other queue will flow straight to this queue here. But we're just going to add a very simple rule. So you'll first of all, you'll notice that the fields here are the ones we actually loaded in part of video 1. So we're just going to select a very simple rule here. So we're just going to say if the country is Australia, for any incoming purchase requisition, it'll get assigned to this queue. You do have the option of adding multiple rules here. It's just based on pretty much your scenarios. And then the last thing is actually assigning the queues. So there's 4 ways of assigning team members to queues. So the first one is just assign to member. It just pretty much allows you to add a primary person, and then if that person is away or unavailable, it'll get assigned to the secondary person. The second type is a balanced workload. So pretty much you have multiple team members in this queue, and the system will pretty much look up the member with the least assigned documents and assign the next incoming document to them. The third option is assign to owner, which just means all incoming documents will get assigned to the owner himself. And then the last one is a round robin. So you have multiple team members. Any incoming new document will go to team member 1, then team member 2, team member 3, and then it'll just keep rotating amongst them. For this basic example, we're just going to set up a balanced workload, and we're just going to add 2 team members here. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to check the status. So by default, it's set to active, which means once we save this, it'll take effect. If you want to leave this turned off, you can just flick it off there. So we're just going to go ahead and click on save. And that should now activate our new queue in our Procurement Desk solution. So just to recap, part of this video, we explained pretty much how to create a new queue. We went through all the different fields and we successfully configured it, and it is live. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to your account manager or the SAP customer support team. Thanks, guys.